Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. My beloved brothers and sisters, many of us spend our entire lives running. We run to work, we run to meetings, we run after opportunities, we run on social media trying to keep up with everyone else. Deep inside there is a quiet voice that sometimes speaks when the noise settles. It says, I do not even know if I am really successful or if I am just running until I fall. Everywhere you turn, the world is teaching you a definition of success. If you have money, you are successful. If you own property, you are successful. If your business grows, you are successful. If people admire you, you are successful. If you gain followers, fame and power, you are a winner. These messages enter your eyes and ears every day until they settle silently inside the heart. Without noticing, these whispers become the standards you use to measure your own worth. You begin to look at your life through the lens of what is visible, what is temporary, what belongs to dunya. You see your small house and say, I am failing. You see a simple job and say, I am behind. You see someone else's luxury and say, they are the successful ones. But listen gently, my dear heart, none of this is real success. This shine is a decoration. This glitter is a test. It is a beautiful trap, a shining cage. The standard you carry in your mind becomes the direction of your whole life. If the standard is wrong, the direction will also be wrong. If you believe success is money, you will exhaust yourself chasing wealth. If you believe success is fame, you will lose yourself trying to please people. If you believe success is power, you will sacrifice your peace to control others. If you believe success is property, your heart will tie itself to bricks and metal that will one day turn to dust. You will burn your youth, break your back, lose your sleep, drain your energy, and offer your life to something that never had the power to make you truly successful in the first place. We live in a world that decorates failure and disguises true success. It shows you palaces and calls them victory. It shows you luxury and calls it achievement. It shows you followers and calls them greatness. If you do not carry Allah's definition of success deep in your chest, you will spend your life chasing shadows, collecting illusions, and calling it winning. Look at how easily our hearts are impressed. You see a palace, and for a moment your heart whispers that its owner is so lucky. You see a luxury car, and your eyes follow it as if it carries meaning. You see a celebrity lifestyle, and your nafs imagines the comfort, the travel, the clothes. Even if your tongue says that real success is with Allah, your heart often behaves as if these are the real winners. This is how clever dunya is. It decorates what will not last. It puts lights around what will not follow you to your grave. It makes a hollow life look full. And what happens inside you when you agree with this? You begin to feel small and defeated if you do not have what others have. You begin to feel like a failure even if your iman is stronger, your salah more present, your character more pure. But Allah in His mercy and clarity did not leave us lost in this confusion. In just a few simple ayat, He gave us the real definition of success. Over and over in the Qur'an, He describes certain people and then says, these are the successful ones. In Surah Al-Baqarah, after describing the people of taqwa who believe in the unseen, who establish salah, who give from what Allah has provided, He says they are upon guidance from their Lord, and it is they who are the successful. No mention of their salary or address, only mention of their faith, their worship, their generosity. In Surah Al-Hajj, Allah commands, O you who believe, bow, prostrate, worship your Lord, do good so that you may succeed. Success is attached to ruku, sujood, ibadah and good deeds, not to brand names and numbers. And in the short but mighty Surah Al-Asr, Allah swears by time itself, the witness of every rise and fall, by the passing of every life and every empire. He declares that all of humanity is drowning in loss except a small group. Those who believe, do righteous deeds, encourage one another to truth and encourage one another to patience. This is the formula of success in His sight. Iman. Righteous deeds, truth, patience. When these are present, a person is successful even if they are poor and unknown. When these are absent, a person is in loss even if they are rich and famous. If your inner definition of success does not match Allah's definition, your entire life will be spent chasing the wrong target. You may receive applause from people and still arrive on the day of judgment as a loser. You may walk this earth quietly ignored and still be written by the angels as one of the greatest winners. Look at the stories Allah chose to repeat in the Qur'an. If wealth was success, then Qarun would have been the hero of history. His treasures were so vast that even the keys to his vaults were heavy for strong men to carry. People looked at him and said they wished to have what he had. Yet Allah caused the earth to swallow him and his wealth. His story is recited as a warning, not as a dream. If power was success, then Fir'aun and Nimrod would be the champions. They ruled nations, commanded armies, had authority over lands and people. They walked this earth with arrogance, claiming superiority, even divinity. Yet how does Allah mention them? As signs of failure, as examples of what happens when power without iman enters the heart. Their ends were humiliation and the punishment, not honor and victory. On the other hand, think about Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu anhu, a man with no palace, no business empire, no visible riches. He lived simply, often alone. Many in Dunya's eyes would say he had nothing. Yet his heart was pure, his tongue was truthful, his love for Allah and his messenger was deep. The Prophet loved him, advised him gently and reminded him of his value with Allah. The Prophet described people like him in a powerful hadith. Servants of Allah who, when they wish to attend a gathering, are not given importance. When they propose for marriage, they are rejected. When they speak, their words are ignored. But in the sight of Allah, their rank is so high that if they swear by Allah sincerely, He honors their oath. These are hidden gems. The world does not see them, the angels do. What does that tell your heart? You can reach the wealth of Qarun, the power of Fir'aun, the authority of Nimrod, and still be a failure with Allah. You can have almost nothing in dunya and still be one of the most successful believers that ever lived. So why is it still so hard to accept this truth? Because we are soaked in dunya from every direction. The ads, the series, the conversations at weddings, the way families talk about children and compare them, all glorify the same thing. Dunya, job titles, houses, cars, weddings, vacations, likes and comments. You see a palace and your heart reacts before your knowledge does. You see a famous person and your imagination runs ahead of your iman. You scroll through images of other people's highlight reels and your soul becomes restless, comparing your simple life to their curated illusions. Without noticing, you begin to believe that these are the successful ones, even as your tongue says success is with Allah. This is why the Prophet gave us images to help our hearts. He said his example in this world is like a traveler who rests under the shade of a tree for a short time and then continues his journey. Dunya is that short moment under the tree. It is a rest stop, not a destination. The real home is ahead, not here. The companions understood how easily dunya settles on the heart, like snow piling up on clothing. It must constantly be shaken off. It is reported that they used to recite Surah al-Asr to one another, reminding each other that everyone is in loss except those with iman, good deeds, truth and patience. They did this to clean their hearts from the illusions of dunya, to reset their definition of success back to Allah's words. So what can you and I do today to live by Allah's definition instead of the world's? The first step is to consciously redefine success in your own chest. Every morning or evening, tell your heart, real success is to die with iman and accepted deeds. Real failure is to meet Allah with a corrupted heart, even if the world clapped for me. Train your inner voice to repeat that success is standing in front of Allah on the day of judgment and hearing, enter Jannah in peace. The second step is to anchor your days with Salah and Qur'an. No matter how busy dunya becomes, a day in which you prayed your 5 prayers on time, tried to be present in them, and recited even a small portion of Qur'an is a successful day in Allah's sight. The bank balance does not define that. The likes on your post do not define that. Your connection with Him defines that. The third step is to plant small hidden seeds of good. Give sadaqah that no one knows about. Help someone quietly. Make dua for a person who never finds out that you prayed for them. These hidden deeds are pure. They are not mixed with showing off. They will shine for you when you stand alone in your grave and on the day of judgment. The fourth step is to fight comparison gently but firmly. When you see a palace or a car or a lifestyle that dazzles you, remind your heart, this can be a test or a punishment as easily as it can be a blessing. Say, Allahumma barik lahum, oh Allah bless them, but do not let my heart be trapped by this. When you see someone whose salah is beautiful, whose character is soft, whose knowledge is deep, ask Allah to grant you a heart like theirs. Shift your envy from dunya to akhirah qualities. The fifth step is to stay close to Surah al-Asr and similar reminders. Recite it often, reflect on it, teach it to your family. Let its meaning wash over you that time is passing. People are drowning in loss, and only iman, good deeds, truth and patience will pull a person out. The sixth step is to set akhirah-based goals alongside your worldly plans. You can still work for a promotion or study to graduate, but along with that, set goals like, I want to guard Fajr in Jama'ah, I want to memorize this surah, I want to improve my akhlaq with my parents, I want to increase my patience when I am tested. These are real success projects in Allah's eyes. When you start living like this, something amazing happens inside you. Your mornings change. You wake up not only asking how much money will I make today, but also how much jannah can I plant today. Your evenings change. You do not only ask, what did I achieve in dunya, but also, what did I send forward for my akhirah? Your priorities, your values, your emotions begin to align with the truth. Now pause with me for a moment and think about the end. There will come a day when your final breath leaves your body. The house you lived in will stay behind. The car you drove will stay parked. Your clothes will be given away. Your job position will be filled by someone else. Your pictures and videos will remain on some server, but the world will continue without you. None of those things will come into your grave with you. The tiles, the furniture, the followers, the medals, the degrees will not walk beside you in the darkness. What will come? Your iman will come, your salah will come, your charity, your patience, your honesty, your hidden acts of kindness, your love for Allah and His Messenger. These will stand as light, as comfort, as protection. This is why Allah keeps saying in the Qur'an, those are the ones who are successful. Not the ones who collected the most, but those who believed, did good, supported truth, and were patient when it was hard. When dunya shouts that success is in people's hands and in numbers, Allah whispers into your soul that success is in His hand and in what remains with Him. My dear brothers and sisters, do not let this world swallow you. Let the remembrance of Allah swallow the dunya inside you. Real success is simple. It is not a house, it is not a title, it is not a salary, it is not a brand, it is not applause. It is iman, salah, truth, sabr. It is a heart that knows its journey began with Allah and will end with Allah. Let us now raise our hands and ask the one who owns all definitions of success to guide our hearts. Ya Allah, the one who guides hearts, the one who lifts souls, the one who knows our struggles and hears our quietest whispers. Cleanse our hearts from the love of hollow dunya success. Remove every illusion that distracts us from you. Let us see success the way you define it, through iman, through righteous deeds, through truth, through patience. Ya Rab, fill our lives with barakah, with halal rizq, with health, with healing, with forgiveness, with safety, with guidance, with sakina. Strengthen our iman, beautify our hearts with sincerity. Let our deeds shine for us on the day of judgment. Protect us from arrogance, from jealousy, from greed, from being impressed by dunya. Ya Allah, make our final breath one of success with you. Make our grave a garden of peace. Allow us to meet you as servants who truly understood what success means in your sight. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. My dear family, if this reminder touched your heart, if it brought you clarity or shifted even one thought inside you, do not let it stop with you. Someone you know feels like a failure because they do not have what others have. Be the reason they hear that real success was never about that. Like this video with the intention of saying Alhamdulillah for being reminded. In the comments, share where in the world you are watching from. And if you wish, write a short dua such as, Ya Allah, let me be successful in your sight. Let the comments become a place of dhikr and support. Share this reminder with a friend or family member who is drowning in comparison and pressure, so that your share becomes a sadaqah jariyah for you. And if you want more reminders that soften the heart and bring you back to Allah's definitions, subscribe and stay with us. You did not reach these words by accident. Perhaps this is the moment your heart finally lets go of fake success and starts walking towards the only success that never ends, success with Allah.